Welcome back. Let's continue informing you. Now, as we observe the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, today we focus on access to justice for survivors. Kisumu County has become a beacon of hope for gender-based violence survivors due to its resilience in the fight against this pervasive issue. The county has established robust infrastructure to ensure that perpetrators of SGBV crimes face the law, while also ensuring that victims receive justice. Through legal reforms, budgetary allocation, and the coordination of all stakeholders, the county is now reporting fewer cases of abuse and violation of human rights. Levis Musumba visited the county to assess the impact of these strategies, especially for victims living in informal settlements such as Nyalenda, Kondele, and Kaloleni. Here's that report.
Our journey begins with Karen Kiarie, the convener of the Nyando Social Justice Center. Since 2017, she has been a relentless force documenting over 500 cases of sexual and gender-based violence, predominantly affecting children.
We do rescues and referrals of cases of sexual and gender-based violence. And we also deal on issues of generally human rights violation cases that are documented and reported here.
Her courage has not come without a cost. As threats and even banning of the center in 2023 only fueled her determination.
The time the demonstrations were happening, we were receiving those threats and we were being threatened as if we were the people who are organizing, which we were not. In fact, ours was to cover, to document cases. So we have received threats.
To address the challenges, the collaboration of UN Women with the support of the governments of Italy and Ireland launched the Let It Not Happen Again program in 2019. The initiative has not only trained gender officers within the police force, but also established gender desks at the key institutions in Kisumu, Bungoma, and Vihiga. This initiative seeks to revolutionize the response to gender-based violence incidences, designed to promote a survivor-centered response.
Community health promoters, when they are getting supported, the government should zero in to defilement cases, because the community health volunteers are also handling these cases. They should be taught how to refer, how to preserve evidence.
In Kisumu County, the Winam Court has become a symbol of progress through innovative approaches, creating safe spaces for victims of sexual gender-based violence in courtroom. More victims have developed trust in the court, and they are coming out in large numbers to report and testify about the violations of their rights.
We are one of the courts that have been privileged to get the protection gadget. Once we get a child who has been sexually assaulted, once they get to our court, we find a way of how to make them gain entry to the same gadget where the accused persons are not able to get in contact with them. The gadget is managed in such a way that when the offender is speaking, the voice is distorted. It is never known that that is the same accused, the same complainant who is addressing the court. And it has been well with Winam since we got the gadget. The complainant feels protected because it is hard for the accused person to identify which witness is talking or addressing court.
The synergy of stakeholders is embodied in court users' committees. Fatuma Wambui, the convener of Winam Social Justice Center in Kaloleni Slum, emphasizes the significance of these committees in increasing accountability and transparency.
The cases are getting a lot of visibility. They are going to the court and they are also getting a lot of justice. I have over 50 cases that have succeeded of GBV and also SGPV.
While the Kisumu law courts have committed 12 magistrates and dedicated day for gender-based violence cases, they strive for swift and efficient justice.
Speaking from the court that I preside over, we don't have many. We are done now. We are done now. Because a majority of those who are accused are in custody. So, and the general strategy, in as far as access to justice, because it is not just about the victims, it's also about the persons accused. You find that we speed up those cases. So we speed up those cases and they're gone. A majority are either in the defense or already finalized.
The battle for eradicating gender-based violence in communities is far from over. Limited budget allocations and prevalence of poverty in hotspot counties pose formidable challenges. Additionally, poor handling of evidence remains a barrier to justice.
We still have the community covering up. We have a few cases. At times, we had a defilement case here last 2 months, and the perpetrator was sneaked by the family.
In some instances, other facilities for gathering evidence, like government chemists. We find that we will wait for that evidence for so long until witnesses are tired, witnesses relocate. That is why we lost even so many of the cases.
Because in our CUC, or the Court Users Committee that we handle quarterly, all the stakeholders who are involved in the justice system, like the police, the ODPP, the medical practitioner, they're always there, and when we make our recommendation or resolutions, they're always there, and we ensure that implementation or compliance is done.
As we stand on the precipice of change, in marking the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, much is needed at both the national and county levels. Collaboration with the partner and community sensitization, along with capacity building, is essential to break the silence and shatter the chains that bind the survivors of gender-based violence. Levis Msumba, KTN News.
South African jail